Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy JT and I'm back with another video. Now listen, man, I want to quickly apologize for not posting lately. Just been busy with school. We both been, me and Mark, just been busy with school, and then, life in general just had its ups and downs, as do all things. But we back, and today we playing zombies, and I figured, lately I've been playing zombies just to really kind of relax and just a different pace from multiplayer, and just it's just way more relaxed. I can just sit back, have fun. Um, and I decided to go ahead and do the Easter egg for this. And now I know I'm probably like extremely late with this. Everybody's probably done this Easter egg, but I figured I'd go ahead and make a guide on it, just to show everybody to the best of my ability of how I did it, and I think the best way to do it. But before I get into that, I just want to say that was the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen in my entire life. The Chiefs failed on every level. Special teams to punter, trash. The defense gave Tom Brady all day, and let's not even talk about the offensive line and the receivers not being able to get open, and when they were open, they were dropping passes, and Patrick Mahomes would look like a chicken with his head cut off. It was terrible, and I don't want to hear anything about the halftime show either. That was god awful as well. Just the worst Super Bowl. Commercials were trash, terrible. Anyway, back to zombies, back to the DIE Easter egg guide. Anyway, so these early rounds, you're going to see me in the spawn area. This is what we're going to call it. At the top left corner, you'll see the mini map. It's called the yard. I'm going to call it spawn though. So just so you know, for the whole video, I'm going to call it spawn. So in spawn, I'm just really sitting here racking up points. That's literally all I'm doing. Just killing zombies, going for as many headshots as possible, just to rack up points and to get enough money so I can pack a punch and do everything I need to do. So with that being said, I'm going to show you just a little bit of me continuing to get some more points up, and then we're going to move on to the next part of this Easter egg. Hey, real quick here, you're going to see me pick up a Semtex grenade right here. This is going to be very, very, very important much later on in this Easter egg. So I would suggest picking up a Semtex now and just holding on to it. You'll get eventually 5 from whatever the zombies drop, but I suggest holding on to a Semtex grenade. If not, and you feel more comfortable with something else, you can pick one up later on at a machine that I'm going to show you guys in a moment. Alright, as you can see, it is now round 8. I got one zombie left alive. You're going to want to do that a lot at the end of rounds, just to make everything so much easier on yourself. And now our objective is to turn the power on and activate the pack-a-punch machine. Now in order to do that, just follow me exactly where I'm going. You can also just follow the purple arrows that you're going to see here. It's really, really simple and easy. Nothing too difficult. Just watch where I go, and yeah, I'll see you when we get to the pack-a-punch machine.
Wavy on the beat.
Alright, as you can see, we've turned the power on and we got this big anomaly here. Gonna enter the dark ether, that's what that is, and this is gonna be very important throughout the whole video, but right now we're going to do 2 things. Number 1, you're gonna see me shoot this fuse box because you're gonna need a part from that fuse box. And number 2, we're gonna teleport through another kind of anomaly within this, and then get the pack-a-punch machine up and going. A real quick pro tip: if you're in the dark ether, you can shoot these crystals and they'll give you salvage, they'll give you points, they might give you armor, ammo, and sometimes I've heard they'll even give you a perk. just a free perk. I've never gotten a free perk, but I heard that you can do that. So I will go around shooting as many of these as you can, but don't waste too much time on it. It's just an extra step. Alright, so now we're going to go through the ether tunnel, grab the pack-a-punch machine part, go back to the particle accelerator room, I believe this is called, right here, and then put the pack-a-punch machine together. Now once we do that, it'll take us out of the dark ether and back into the main realm. Alright, so now I'm going to be doing my training from crash site. You can do it from whatever you want, but the next step, you're going to want a Megaton, that big guy right in the back that you can see, to shoot a blast at this tree right there and see that spore or whatever that is turn purple like you can see there. That's very important for our next step. Now, after you've done that, you can now kill the Megaton, and once you've killed the Megaton, you have to kill both the Megaton and the split versions that it turns into, by the way. Once you've done that, it should spawn a orange or yellowish key card that you're going to see me pick up here, or at least try to. And that is what's going to get you, or going to be one of the parts that's going to get you the DIE machine itself, which is literally the name of this map, so it is the most important thing. You're going to get the DIE machine weapon, and you're going to use that throughout the entire rest of the run through. That's the most important weapon. Alright, so now we're going to want to take that key card we got from the Megaton we killed earlier, go all the way back down past the medical bay, past the particle accelerator room, just follow where I'm going here, and we're going to take it and insert the card into a machine and get a remote. And that remote is essentially what's going to unlock a door that's going to get us the DIE weapon machine, whatever it's called. As you can see, I'm going to do that right here. And it's going to give us the DIE remote control. Now we're going to take this, and once we get this remote control, what you're going to do is you're going to start the next round. You're not going to kill any zombies. You're just going to train up a whole bunch of zombies. I'll show you exactly how I did it, and you're going to use those zombies so that the door can absorb the essence or the souls of those zombies.
Wavy on the beat.
Alright, as you guys can see, we got a pretty good train going. Pause. We're gonna get these guys to follow us all the way downstairs, and this is where the door is to get the DIE weapon. So you're gonna go up to this crack, pause again, hit the remote, turn it on, and the door, as you can see, the door has been activated. And as you can see right there, it is absorbing the essence of those zombies. So you're just gonna do the best you can to just kind of make sure a majority of the zombies get kind of absorbed by the door. And once it's done, you should get a kind of a sound notification. It'll say DIE machine full, or it's ready to be destroyed, whatever, to discharge the weapon. You'll get some kind of indication that it's done. And if you don't get it on this round, if for some reason it doesn't absorb enough souls, don't worry, just train up zombies on the very next round and you'll get it. But you can see I was able to do it, and you'll see a skeleton boy holding the DIE weapon, and that right there is the key to this whole entire Easter egg. Now that you've done that, go upstairs, and what you're gonna do is, it's kind of by the Wonder Fizz machine, this box right here, you're gonna shoot it off that ledge right there. And by Wonder Fizz, I mean that machine kind of in the right that was kind of over there for a second. I'll show it to you guys later. It's not important right now. But anyway, now that you shot that box off, we're gonna travel back down to where that purple spore is. The box should have given you a flash. You're gonna take that flash and put it up under this spore. And now you're gonna need a couple minutes for that to fill up. So I just waited about a full round or so, and after that, you'll see what the next step is. This is gonna get you the cryo freeze ammo for the DIE weapon. It has elemental mods, and this one is the cryo freeze one. So while you wait on that, you're gonna go back to the top of Nocturne Totem, or a penthouse, or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna get up here, and I'm gonna show you a spot where you're gonna get another piece for another ammo modification. This one being the Nova Gas one. So you're just gonna absorb it using the left trigger or whatever you have for aiming down sight for your settings in this game. You're just gonna absorb it, and then you're gonna pick up that piece. Now, once you pick that flask up, you want to come back over to where Deadshot is, back over to where you picked up that DIE remote about a round or two ago, and you're going to go up under, right next to Deadshot, there's going to be a machine to hook up an empty, the empty flask that you just picked up from absorbing it on the top of Nocturne Totem. Okay, as you can see, we're going to place that there, and then after we place it there, we're going to start the next round, because you need a Plague Hound to spawn here, and you're going to shoot that Plague Hound, and the essence from that Plague Hound is going to be absorbed into that canister. And so luckily enough for me, I had a Plague Hound round right after that zombie died. It's usually around 10 you'll get a big guy, and then 14 you'll get a Plague Hound, and then another big guy comes at 15. It's like every couple rounds or so. So I knew I had a Plague Hound round coming up. I used that to my advantage. I just waited down here. They're all gonna come down here, so just be prepared, because the Plague Hounds aren't very deadly, but they can be very annoying. And as you can see, after I killed one, it's being absorbed right there. So I'm just gonna sit here, kill the rest of them, and take that flask, and I'll show you exactly what to do once that is done. Alright, so now that you got the flash, you're going to take that to the box right up here next to the stairs. I did it in the middle of the round. You can do it whenever. Put it on top of the box, melee the box, and that should then allow you to add the Nova Gas modification to the DIE weapon. This is my first time actually using this, and even my first time attempting this Easter egg in its full. So I just wanted to test it out. As you can see, it's straight. It doesn't do the most damage, but it'll actually come in really handy later. Next, you want to also pick up that flask from earlier. And now you'll be able to, once you get through the round, you should be able to get the cryo freeze modification as well. And I'll show you exactly how to do that after I clear these zombies. Alright, so it's the end of the round. I got one left. I'm going to take y'all to where to get the cryo freeze ammo modification. I'm going to go down here, go just to the medical bay right here. It's really simple. There's a crate right around the corner here. Open that crate. The chains will free. It's pretty cool animation there. No need to melee. I just did that, and now you have the cryo emitter, the freezing ability, and it's actually a pretty cool little effect. It freezes the zombies as it goes, and it does quite a decent amount of damage. Now, also, while you are here, you're gonna want to go over to this corner, and there's a corner over here, right here. You're gonna interact with that box right there in the corner, and you'll just get a dialogue from Dr. Strauss there. As you can see, it's nothing. You just wanted to get that initiated. That's all you wanted to do. You're not trying to open that right now. I'll show you how to do that in a moment here. Alright, so this next part is where things get a little tricky. For me personally, this was the most difficult part, so you're going to want to follow along here. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to look for the ether tunnel again. The big portal, the big anomaly, for me was right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to go through the ether, and you're looking for 3 parts. Now these 3 parts will help you assemble the next ammo modification for the DIE weapon, and it's a little difficult because they spawn in kind of different places in the dark ether, and you only have a limited amount of time in the dark ether, so you may not find all 3 in one go, but that's okay. Just try to find 1 or 2, and then the next round you'll have to go through the next round, and you should get the anomaly to spawn back, and you'll be able to do it again. But as you can see, I found 1 part right there on that plane wing right there, and once you find each part, a bunch of play counts will spawn in, so just be careful. Again, play counts are nothing really difficult to deal with, they're just kind of annoying. And also make sure you leave that one lone zombie back there, make sure he stays alive and out of danger, because it'll make everything so much easier to have just one zombie rather than having a whole new round. Anyway, the next part, it's down here past the medical bay, back into the accelerator room, and it's kind of off in its own little corner right there in the front of that room. I'll show you where it is right there. This one was pretty easy to find, and then once I did that, I wasn't able to find the third one, so I'm just going to go through a round, and I'll meet you guys at the third location. Alright, so now I've gone through a full round, I've gone back into the dark ether, and the last and final part is right here in spawn underneath that little staircase right there. Now once you've gotten all three parts, you'll get a you'll know it's done when the ether just automatically takes you out and back into the normal round. So once you clear the next round and left all but one zombie alive, what you want to do is go down to right up under the pack-a-punch machine, and you're going to want to put together the aether scope. And once you put together the aether scope, you'll see exactly how it looks in your upper left-hand corner, your radar. You'll now have these two little green parts once it's scanning, and it's pretty cool looking effect. And boom, there you go. Alright, so now that you put together the aether scope, the next thing you're going to want to do is go into the dark ether, which should be spawned right here in the medical bay, and you're going to activate these three, not really cutscenes, but just dialogues. So I'll show you exactly where all three of them are. You're just going to want to stand around and listen to them. It will spawn a big guy in here, so don't worry about it. He doesn't split. He's pretty easy to take care of, especially with a shotgun. I suggest you do this with a shotgun, but I'll go over my class and everything at the very end of the video. Anyway, just take care of the big guy, and then you're going to want to listen to these three dialogues, and I'll show you what to do once you've done that. So the first one here is right up under that little staircase, right next to the speed code machine. You're just going to want to listen to this guy. The zombie should leave you alone when you're talking to these things, by the way, or when it's talking to you. And so just wanted to show you where this one is. Alright, so here goes the next anomaly right here. You're just going to go up right here through the medical bay, up to the control room, and right here, right by the trial machine, is the next anomaly. Alright, so the last anomaly is right here under the pack-a-punch machine, right here in the particle accelerator room. Alright, so now what you're gonna want to do is go back into the medical bay, go upstairs and go to this computer right here. You're gonna interact with it, and it's gonna enter a passcode. Don't worry about actually trying to memorize any code or anything. It should just type it in automatically after you have seen that cutscene. And so now, as you can see, this device in the middle of the room has been activated, and now what you want to do is shoot an elemental mod with the properly colored mode. So right there you saw me shoot that little blue tube right there with the cryo freeze, and then it tilted up. Once it tilts up, you'll know exactly when it's done. Alright, now I'm going to shoot the green tube with the Nova gas attachment. And as you can see right there, it tilts up. We're trying to get all of the elemental mods done now. Alright, so now that we've done 2 out of the 4 elemental mods, we need to get the other 2. Now this right here is how you get the fire one. First, you want to interact with this box right here, right by that anomaly in the little lake area, right by the quick revive machine. Alright, next you're going to want to take this portal, go back into the dark ether, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do in order to open that box. Alright, so now that you're in the dark ether, go back to the particle accelerator room, and you're gonna first run into a Mayak, which is the same equivalent as the Megaton, but it's exclusive to the dark ether. That guy again, just take care of him. It should be no problem, honestly. And once you've done that, you're gonna go all the way back to right over where the Nova gas was, where the Deadshot Daiquiri perk is, and you're gonna go right back down into that little spot there, and we're going to activate this little laser cutter. I'm gonna show you guys that in just a second. Alright, so right here, you're gonna interact with that and it's gonna cut it open. Once it's done that, it's going to teleport you back into the normal realm. Alright, now that you're back in the normal realm, you can go back to that truck, open the box, and you should have the thermal paddock, or however you pronounce that. I'll just say the fire ammo mod for the DIE machine. And you're going to take this and shoot it at the proper tube on that big machine in the middle of the medical bay. And that only leaves one more ammo mod left, the electro one. Alright, so this last ammo modification, the electro wave, is a little bit complicated, but don't worry, I got you. So we're going to go back over to the dark ether again. It should be located right up under the particle accelerator. I'm going to take this, go back into the dark ether, and what we're looking for is 3 bright orange yellowish crystals, and we're going to absorb those crystals and shoot it into the box in the corner from a little bit earlier. I'll show you again where that is, but first we have to switch out the ammo for the DIE and make sure it's the basic shockwave one. Okay, so the first crystal is right outside here. I'll show you exactly where it is. You can kind of see it right there. Yep, you just want to aim that, and then first you got to shoot the blast off. Make sure you have enough to absorb, and then you can just absorb that, and boom, that's 1 crystal. So now what you're going to want to do is take that back over to this box, which I'm going to show you right as soon as I take care of this guy. Shoot the box, and that's 1 crystal. Now unfortunately, because of the Mayock exploding, it also killed my zombie, so I had to come back into the dark ether after another round after this to finish this step off. So I'll see you guys once I finish that, but before all that, I'm going to show you exactly the box I'm talking about again. Same box from earlier, right over here in this corner. We're just going to shoot that energy that we have into it, right, not that one, I was looking for it, and here we go. Alright, so I've gone through another wave, headed back into the dark ether to now hopefully finish up this part of the Easter egg. So the next crystal is right here in the pond area. We're going to take that and then do the exact same thing. We're just going to run all the way back to the particle accelerator room, shoot that box, and then we'll only have 1 more crystal left. Alright, so finally we're going to go to this area in the penthouse, and right here you're going to look in the roof, turn, and you should see that right there. That's the last crystal. You're going to take that and rinse, wash, and repeat. Alright, now that you've absorbed the final crystal, just shoot the box again. All 3 light bulbs on the box should be lit, and now you have the electro bolt ammo mod. And you already know what we're going to do with this. Back to the medical bay, shoot the tube, it'll rise up, and then boom, you'll have all 4. And now that it's activated, your next step is to go back into the dark ether, which should be the anomaly should be right here in the medical bay. You're gonna go in here and you're gonna activate another cutscene in medical bay that I'm gonna show you here in just a second as soon as we cross over. Alright, and it's actually right here at the top of medical bay. So you know how the computer is behind there, is behind here where we went to enter the passcode. Now what you want to do is just listen to those guys, and you're just going to want to pay attention to that little orb right there. I'll show you exactly what you're going to do, because that's going to be a key component of the final steps of this Easter egg. You're nearing the end here, just bear with me, we're almost done. Alright, so after a long conversation with these two, what you're going to do is you're going to go back into the normal realm. And once you're back, I'll show you exactly what to do. This is where the Semtex grenades come in. So if you didn't pick one up like I told you to earlier, go ahead and get one from the workbench. But what you're going to do is you're going to pick up that wrench off the ground that dropped after you spoke with those ghosts. You're going to go all the way back to the spawn area. So the very front part of the map, the very first part where you spawn in the game. You're going to go back here and you're going to interact with this tank. And now in order to interact with this tank, all you need to do is just step up to it, press square, and it should make a knocking sound. You're going to do this 3 times. You just got to go up to it, square, back off. And then go back up to it, square, leave again. And then for the final time, a zombie is going to pop out the top. What you're going to do is you're going to kill it and then throw the grenade at the lid. Once you throw the grenade, it'll explode, causing the tank to shoot off a rocket and hit the tree, as you can see right there. And something just fell out of the tree, and what you're looking for is what fell out. So we're going to go back to the crash site and get that item. Now, once you grab this item, a bunch of hellhounds will spawn in. You can, excuse me, not plague hounds. I've been playing too much Firebase C. But you can actually just make a run for it. It's really just an escort mission with that thing that fell off the tree. Or you can do what I did here and kill all the plague hounds. Whatever makes it easier for you. You're just going to pick this up and take it back to the exact same area where those ghosts were having the conversation. And I'll show you exactly where that is. Alright, now that you've made it here, you're almost done. Alright, so it's been about 2 rounds since we put that thing that fell out the tree into the machine. So what you're going to do is you're going to wait for a big guy to spawn. Then you're going to kill the big guy, but do not kill the Megaton splits. So leave the blaster and the bomber, because you need them to be absorbed by this machine. So as you can see, I'm leading them down to follow me, and so that they can get absorbed. And honestly, this is a little tricky because they have to be pretty much like directly up under it, so there's not much room down here to work with, and especially when they're shooting blasts at you, it can be kind of like weird. But as you can see, I killed all the regular zombies, so it's just these 2 megatons and 1 that I left alive. So it's not that hard, and it does it 1 at a time. So it just got him, and now just waiting for it to reset so that it can then capture the second split. And here he goes. As soon as he throws this, it should force him to come follow me now. And yep, there he goes. He just got absorbed. Alright, so now that you've done that, I highly suggest you now prepare yourself for the final stages of this. So first, what you're going to need to do is get the Nova Gas modification for the DIE machine. This is not a requirement, but to me it makes the final steps much easier. I'm just preparing myself with monkey bombs, make sure I made sure my weapon was pack-a-punch all the way up to level 3. And now we're going to go back over to the computer and we're going to activate this little scene. And this is a really interesting scene. It's going to lock you inside, and he's going to kind of start screaming in agony. It's really interesting. And then basically the 2 splits form into 1 big guy, and he breaks out. But you think you're going to go fight him, but you're actually supposed to follow him, and he ends up being one of the good guys who trying to destroy the place for the evil experiments that went on there. And it's a really interesting cutscene. A lot of the cutscenes in this are pretty cool, and so this will lead you to the big final boss. So again, I'd want to stress to you to make sure that once you've done this part, you're fully prepared to finish out the game. Got all your armor, pack-a-punch as much as you want, salvage, perks, everything. Just make sure you're set. Also, once he breaks out here, there will be a lot of plague hounds spawning, so be prepared to kill those as well. Alright, so now that you've survived the wave, what you're going to do is you're going to go back into the dark ether for technically the final time. And again, I can't stress this enough, make sure you are fully prepared for what you're about to do. So you're going to go into the dark ether, and then you're going to look for a certain cutscene. Now of course, once you enter the dark ether, again, just like always, there will be a Mayok waiting for you. Just take care of him, and once you take care of him, you're gonna look for a certain cutscene. I'll show you that in just a second. So right around this corner here at this desk, boom, there's an anomaly, and he goes on for quite a while, but that's the guy that you just freed, I guess, technically, and your job is to defend him now once he's done speaking. So again, make sure you're all stocked up, ready to go with armor, helis, choppers, napalm strike, I think they just added now, anything. And so what you're going to want to do is go back downstairs, go back to his desk, and there's a picture of his family. Interact with it, and now you're going into the very final step, the assault wave, basically. Alright, so now you're at the very end, you're back into the particle accelerator room, you see your boy Olaf, or however you pronounce his name, and what you're going to do is protect him. He's going to be destroying these 3 machines around the particle accelerator room, just to bring the whole place down out of shame and anger, and a whole bunch of zombies, megatons, plague hounds, everything is going to come at you at once. So this is why I say you want to be prepared. And I found the easiest way to protect him was once the zombies started piling up on Orlov, I shot the Nova gas can. I'll show you exactly the strategy, and it did a pretty good job of just melting the zombies, and that was able to easily help me to take care of all the zombies piling up on him, so that he kept his health. And honestly, it's not that hard because he has an insane amount of health. I can't really see it being possible unless you're actually trying to see what happens when he dies, which I can do, by the way, if that's what you guys want to see. But unless that's what you're trying to do, it's almost impossible for him to lose enough health to whereas you fail. So honestly, this isn't too bad. It's just a lot going on at once, and I'll show you how hectic it's gonna get. It just starts off and then boom. So what I did was I shot it right there, and as they go for him, they'll just kind of end up dying, and it's really easy. They're gonna come from all directions, and I'm not really used to being in this room like that with a whole bunch of zombies, so it can get a little hectic. Just don't panic, and you should be fine. If you have any level of experience with zombies, like more than me, because I don't have much at all, you should be perfectly fine. So at the end, I've protected them from all 3, and now you're gonna wait for Weaver, I think, to come on the intercom, and he's gonna say, you gotta get out of here. And so this is when, yep, right there, and now it's time for you to leave. And so you're just gonna escape, and this is the very end of the Easter egg. Now a whole bunch of electric beams are gonna come out of nowhere, yeah, and zombies. It's actually insane. I got downed. I don't know if there's a better route or anything, but thankfully I have Ether Shroud, and I was able to really just pop that and get up out of there. It is crazy in here. I almost died. I didn't know if I was gonna make it, to be honest with you. Had to hit him with a crossover right there, but hey, I was able to make it out. Threw down a Maki Bomb just to cover myself, and I'm out of here. I'm home free. And that's the end to this Easter egg. It's honestly not that bad. Pretty easy, a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And zombies, again, guys, has been great. I got a trophy. For a game that has so many issues and glitches and bugs, zombies has kind of been its saving grace. And that's not to say it doesn't have its problems, because it definitely does glitch out for me. But doing stuff like this has been a lot more fun than multiplayer, I can tell you that. So as you can see, I'm done here. And again, pretty easy, nothing too difficult. It took me 24 rounds. Those are my stats, not bad. And at the end, as you can see, I got a calling card for this. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Oh yeah, and before I go, let me show you my class setup. Alright, so as promised, here's my class setup. I am running the Howard 77 shotgun, and I'm using the agency choke suppressor, the task force barrel, the Ember sighting point, the 8-round magazine, and finally the marathon pad. I just want to thank everyone for the love and support. Appreciate it. And again, sorry for the late and delayed uploads and not uploading enough. Gonna try to get better on that. Just a lot going on with school and everything. You know how it goes. Anyway, be easy. Catch y'all later. Thank you.